Just so you know, there's no need for an introduction that's too long and too boring. I know why most of you clicked on this video, but to those who don't know, Sakamoto Days is an anime about the strongest assassin in the world named Taro Sakamoto, who ends up finding the love of his life and getting married, which also meant he had to retire as a hitman. He ended up having a kid with the love of his life and ended up getting backed. He ends up reuniting with his friend Shin, who used to work with him after Shin tried to kill him.
I got you, home.
I cannot hold it in anymore. I just wanna...
And yeah, they go on some pretty cool adventures and whatnot. What I'm really making this video for is to talk about what Sakamoto Days does as an anime that most anime struggle to keep out of their anime because of fear of failure. I'm talking about fan service. I mean, if you look at any anime in the modern era, there is too much of it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting sick of it. Well, I am sick of it. I'm sick of seeing fan service. Can we just not have a normal anime with zero fan service? Apparently not. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. As a Catholic Christian, I'm actually sick of just not being able to watch anime that seems really cool and artistic. And I sit down and I play it, and then I find out it's filled with atrocious amounts of fan service. Like, at that point, it shouldn't even be anime. That's actually one of the few things that I really like about Sakamoto Days as a whole, because I don't have to worry about watching that anime on my screen in the living room and seeing something horrible pop up. I'm completely free of that. I have no stress. I could sit down, watch Sakamoto Days on a Saturday morning while my family's in the living room. But that's not all! That was a terrible Bikini Bottom fish news reporter impression. I'm so sorry. Another thing that I noticed about Sakamoto Days almost immediately was the pacing. They cut the bullcrap and they just go straight to action and they introduce the GOAT. Like, in his prime. No joke. He's out there. He's killing a bunch of people and they just cut to the chase. Literally the first 10 seconds. I'm sitting there with my jaw dropped. Usually, your average anime would start with Shin meeting Sakamoto first, and then the anime explaining how overpowered Sakamoto is. But this time, Sakamoto Days does things a little differently. And that was a smart move, because it literally got me hooked onto the anime. Now, the Sakamoto secret technique is making a show that has fast pacing, but it also slows the show down when it has the moments to let the characters shine. And on top of that, from what I watched so far, the show practically has no fan service. Thank you. Thank you, Sakamoto Days. Finally an anime I could watch in my living room without stressing out. Hold on. I gotta take a drink of my water. Yeah, I'm in my booth. You can hear my mic's different. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I wanted to basically give those examples just to say Sakamoto Days literally manages to balance enough silliness and enough seriousness for this anime to be, I guess, a shonen, but also, I guess, a slice of life? I don't really know. I guess it's just both? Oh yeah, before I forget, I felt the need to mention the main antagonist of season 1 from the 9 episodes that I've seen. His name is Slur. The guy's name is Slur. Like, imagine being a deadly assassin that kills hundreds of people every day and thinking, yes, I need a name. I have the perfect one. From now on, I will be called Slur. I know this guy's special ability is probably being a Black Ops 2 player or a League of Legends player, because no one just decided to be dark and mysterious just to name themselves Slur. Now, if his name was The Slur, it would have made things even more complicated. I still know this guy was playing on Hijack with his buddies back in the day. I could smell a Black Ops 2 player from a mile away. Like, dude, who the heck, who names themselves Slur? Like, I can't wrap my head around that. Like, what? I love Sakamoto Days. It's one of those shows where I can just wake up and be like, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about stressful fighting scenes or some crazy lore. My final thoughts on Sakamoto Days, despite it only having 9 episodes at the time that I'm making this video, it's really enjoyable. I love it. I have nothing else to say. The pacing's great. It's not too silly. It's not too serious. It's a mix of both. And I think it's even something that I would probably watch with some friends, if I had any. With all the mainstream anime coming out, sometimes you just need to sit down and relax. Just kind of enjoy something that isn't as tiring as watching a guy using science to take over the world. That doesn't burn you guys out? Huh. So you're telling me that I burnt myself out watching 3 seasons of a dude whose hair is built like a lettuce leaf just for you guys to tell me that you guys don't get burned out from watching this stuff?